one.
Big West against Pac-12, and these Aggies open their season with a win in Berkeley over Cal. We'll see the Golden Bears later today at the outset of a huge day of Pac-12 men's basketball. Here are the UCLA Bruins. They go right to Bona, and we'll get it back.
UC Davis is going to try and make it. Once he starts to really figure it out, I think his minutes go up. The more he affects the game, the more dangerous this UCLA team becomes in terms of the national picture.
Doesn't give the foul there. Anigwe missing there, and a stop for the Bruins.
It's interesting. They get to the foul line so much, JB, but only a 64% free throw shooting team, which is weird when you're a pretty good three-point shooting team.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Bona up top, and another. He'll go get it.
T.Y. Johnson, sweet one, and laid in by Christian Anigwe.
See, that's that short roll. You give it up early.
Aggies coming off a 79-68 loss to Eastern Washington, in which they ran cold from the three-point line. Tiger calls his own number.
Well, that's what happens if you don't. If you're in.
Anigwe, good look opposites.
Isn't that kind of how UCLA is now? Get back to that point after the break, JB. Actually, JB, since it's Masters Sunday, I'm taking it to break here at UCLA. In playing that way and not turning it over, because here's the other thing: if you have a tremendous, as the three goes down for
Beasley,
UCLA does, you want to get that defense set. So if we're flying up and down the court with the other team, are we really getting set? Right, and so if we ratchet it back just a little.
Kez gave a national audience a heavy dose of his drop step, and with giving out a weekly award in addition to the Pac-12 honors for Coach of the Week.
Yeah, he got it last week, hands down. I get so. We just reaffirm it here this afternoon that he in fact was Coach of the Week last week. Sponsored by nobody.
Don's Daily Starbucks behind that one. Foul down low, and if that's Bona, it's a cheat.
See how sky high are you going to get after beating those two teams on the road.
Bailey over to Jaquez and David Singleton. Single digits left for Campbell on the splits. Couldn't finish. A late whistle and a foul against the Aggies.
This environment, some can't. Obviously, a lot of preseason accolades for this team and individuals on this UCLA. You never want to lose games, but if it flips your team around and changes your approach, which I think it did, then ends up being better. You'll sacrifice a couple losses for that.
Johnson knifing through. What a move for T.Y. Johnson, who started at Loyola.
Chicago tomorrow in Santa Cruz against Stanford.
A game you can see on Pac-12 Network. The league rounding out a good month of December. Much improved from November collectively.
One thing that we talked about, and nice play by Nuba there, we need to talk more about David Singleton. Guy go to the line and shoot 2 free throws and make a wide open layup. Foul him. If you're behind the play or out of position, just put him on the line.
This is Kane Milling with the feed.
Again.
Back-to-back blocks for Nuba. And now they'll check for a reset, I believe. The shot clock at 18 as it stands.
They're hopefully smart enough to not pick up his third.
Bona's back in for the Bruins. This is Jalen Clark. Gets to the lane, gets it up and in.
Tough shot. And that's new for him. Off, rotating in the air, left shoulder, jump hook from 6 or 7 feet. Not an easy shot. Clark gets it to go down. Passing lanes again. This guy's unbelievable at jumping passing lanes.
Pretty smooth, getting through to the right hand. I mean, first time UCLA has the lead.
Unbelievable. Love it, but they hate it even. They can't hate it as much as NBA players with the 1 o'clock start, but I think it's close.
A sidewinding three missing for Beasley. Look at Bona go get it.
Got numbers.
Jaquez running with Tiger Campbell, and that's a goaltend.
Once it hits the glass, it's in. He didn't take it to the glass. That hit the glass first. Easy call.
court with their enhanced depth.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said it earlier, that their depth, they can use more bodies and expend more energy.
Will McClendon and this player, Dylan Andrews, give them that luxury. Jaquez on the offensive glass.
There's players that don't like contact, players that do. Jaquez, of any college player I've seen in a long time, loves contact, playing off contact, playing through contact. Guy's unreal.
Soft touch for Elijah Pepper. McClendon, Clark with 5. Just cruises to the lane. Over the top, Bona beat the buzzer, but no bucket.
You know what Clark should have done that time? Is just put it up on the rim and let Bona go get it.
You're just sensing the offensive rebounding position in case you miss.
It's a tough pass in tight quarters.
Courtesy of the Den, the student section, limited though it may be this season.
And you can see
Sione Lose with the basketball, turned it over.
What do you know? Clark with a steal.
Effortless. 5 on 4 if they hustle. Clark knocked off the three-point line. Will take the 2 and earn it the hard way.
He's made a gigantic jump on the offensive end this year to go along with that defense. Player of the year and most improved.
McKernan said something interesting this week when it comes to motivation, like coming off those highlight wins. Where do you go next? And as he so often does, had a unique way of phrasing it as Anigwe scores. Locker room and says, guys, I'm the only one in this room with the job he wants. Right, like Mick Kernan has his dream job. All the rest of these guys still have something to earn and to play for to get to where they're trying to go. And it seems like Clark, as much as anyone, has taken that spirit to heart.
All these guys playing a lot, big chunks of minutes. How much can he affect the game night in and night out?
Interesting 5 on the floor here, isn't it? With Tiger and Clark in the backcourt, Zonka in the corner,
and only
Bailey
a 2-possession game.
Clark can't be stopped. 9 to lead the way for UCLA.
And that's kind of new for him, all that stuff in the paint, turning and rotating in the air and finishing jump hooks.
Wing 3. There it goes. Robbie Beasley III.
Get the sense that UC Davis started this to grow as we go because of the fact that UCLA hasn't gone on a run yet and it's still a 5-point game.
Zonka on the attack. Over the top of the defender who I thought got a piece.
He's going to...
McClendon probing off the bounce. Down to Bona.
Let's score that. Yeah.
Able to beat the 3-second violation. Clark an offensive rebound. He will be at the stripe when we continue.
We come to play every night. What does that mean? Now he's going to have to be... He's going to have to transform.
Averages better than 80 points per night. Yet to crack 20 against the UCLA defense.
This isn't their normal pace either. UCLA has really dictated how this thing's being played.
A wicked crossover from Campbell, able to get his jumper up and in.
Starting to pull away a little bit here. I think this game, it's 11 right now, 2.5 to go. I think it's going to go one way or the other. UCLA is going to bust this thing open going into halftime, or UC Davis is going to stay connected. It's played by Johnson. He's a good player, man.
Cheer that. He's reminded of when he used to play with Evan Mobley and Big O and Yeka Okongwu, a couple of Pac-12 products now playing in the league.
Oh, there's no doubt that Bona's an NBA player. I'm kind of nitpicking with this stuff.
Clark with 2 hands.
It's just he has room to grow, Bona. He's not there yet.
Held the Big West leading score to just a bucket and some foul trouble in this half. Tiger looking to build on the lead at the...
He converts in transition. Most of
the way his Bruins are scoring.
Well, one thing you don't see very often, in the half court you see it, but not in transition. And I was talking about this the other night. Lobs in transition, the completion percentage, the risk reward is very low. So that's why I don't think you see very many UCLA transition lobs for dunks. It's make the right play and lay it up or dunk it.
Campbell didn't get the charge there that he wanted, but shot clock turned off following the miss, and the Bruins can take the last with 9 of the last 11 points scored. Singleton screening for Campbell. Drilling down. Rattles out. Rebound Johnson. A heave at the half. And they'll go to the locker rooms with UCLA in front 33-21 after starting this game.
I don't anticipate UC Davis scoring 59 in this half.
You do? No. Just nodding in agreement with you. Bona, uncontested.
Again, that's at
13 next to UCLA's name there on the scoreboard. And that's really like their lowest ranking. Right, Ken Palm they're higher, net ranking they're higher, his
coaches they're higher. The AP, I think it's closer to 9 than 13, and I thought they'd jump even higher, to be honest.
I did too, and that's why I'm kind of selling UCLA as a viable number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament if they play this way. But they have a ways to go in terms of overtaking some teams. Hawkes down low.
We're still so foot on the line, Bailey. But I like the idea of Bailey not thinking about it, catching. Organic thing for him is whenever you're open, it's catch and shoot.
No whistle. Clark altered that attempt by Anigwe.
The only thing you would like is Bailey to have presence of where he's at the line as Clark knocks down the 3.
First 3 of the night for you. 3-1. Thanks for being with us at Pauley Pavilion to open up a full day of Pac-12 men's basketball.
I didn't ask, but I'm assuming UCLA will have a few days off after this game for the Christmas holiday. And you always, I remember this as a player, you always want to feel good about that. If Pepper finally gets one to go down, you don't is not feeling good about your last game and how you finished it, especially right before you start conference play. So I think from that standpoint, this second half for UCLA relatively important in that degree.
Pretty touch from Tiger Campbell. He's got 9
at the 3-point line. His first year here, even into his second year, you didn't have to close out to him. Didn't shoot a high enough percentage from 3.
Speaking of threes, a couple of things we talked about at halftime. Boxes that UCLA needed to check. They have made their first 3. There's another. Tiger.
Because, again, it changed the way defenses approached UCLA's offense because you didn't have to come out to them. Now you do.
The other one was getting Bailey a shot, if not a bucket, and he did hit his first shot coming out of the halftime locker room. Pepper trying to heat up. 33% on his season.
Get 20 a night this far into the season can erupt. Still a 16-point lead for UCLA.
Bona looking to go high-low, puts his back to the basket. Shot fake. Easy 2 for an Bona.
I'm not sure he made the offensive end for him.
Hawkes gets a touch. Light lifting for him so far. Only 5 points, 3 rebounds. Wants to set up Bona.
And different that time. Made a different play. You know, a lot of young bigs.
Into the baseline. Weak side, Clark missed it.
Well, that's the one, Amari Bailey.
Spins in for T.Y. Johnson.
Amari kind of forced that. He went into the defense.
Jaime Hawkes with a full head of steam. Kick to the corner. Andrews turns it down. Hawkes sees 2 defenders. Opposite wing, Andrews. Dribble, pull up.
Nice.
2.
Like that. Andrews under control, didn't force it, didn't over an area, got his feet down and knocked it down.
Look at Bona switch on to Beasley. Oh, no chance.
Got the switch and trailed the play, but his recovery, not a lot of guys can do what he just did.
Bailey. He got it for 3.
There you go. Get to space.
Down to Bona.
Go to work.
Clark from the corner. Nearly broke it open. Andrews. Bailey.
Why'd you turn it down for that? Right? You're open, shoot the ball. Simple as that.
Pepper, clever play.
He's going to get there, though, Bailey, but
10 to shoot. DeBrule, nice entry. A lot of traffic. And a foul. Christian Anigwe, the line.
And the fact that Tiger Campbell's going to be gone after this year. Hawkes will be developing the rest of this season for these young guys, but over the offseason, coming back with a larger role expected. Nuba is motivated by Adem Bona and his highlight plays and blocks.
maybe overmotivated with the goaltend there, but Pepper's come on since the half, able to shake Nuba, who fouls, retreating.
That's one of those scenarios. Bona, we're trying to keep him on the floor longer.
Final four push. And UCLA in a situation where they're replacing both of last year's centers, Cody Riley and Miles Johnson. Singleton in the half court. UC Davis.
He doesn't have a bucket today, Singleton, as you pointed out. You're trying to get him. You hate him to go into that break I was talking about with a donut.
Hawkins with just 5. Offensive rebound, Bona. Bruins come up empty. Pepper taking on the whole team. And earns a trip to the line.
It's interesting looking at Pepper, not the body type. Set screens. But obviously can really score the ball.
Hawkins, deep touch. And a free throw to follow. Hawkins, the reigning Pac-12 Player of the Week, able to cap it.
What you're doing and possibly turn it over or miss shot.
Hawkins erased at the rim after boarding his own miss. Right back to him.
Yep.
There's the 2. Into double figures. Running layup for T.Y. Johnson.
That possession right there is get it down the court fast and attack the paint.
Bona high-low. Money. UCLA doesn't need to be at a breakneck speed because their individual talent and their half-court execution.
Yeah, if you don't turn it over, it's automatically more possessions, right? If you play faster with more trips, but it ends up being the same. I don't recall, JB, this much high-low from UCLA. They're doing it a lot today. It's been effective.
Singleton splash.
Which high-low? Low.
Pepper over Hawkins. Rolls out. Offensive rebound for the visitors. Beasley right back to it. Drops it off. Hawkins rejects, but a foul. Nico Rochak from
the Utah Jazz Arena. It's not at Huntsman. So you wonder if that has any effect on that still, but not in their building.
Quad one opportunity is the point, right? For a team that, you agree with that, by the way? Utah the most improved program in the league?
It's either them or Arizona State. I mean, Arizona State at 11-1, like, yeah, they finished higher than Utah last year, but they've really skyrocketed. Their percentages were so low, it was hard to really get consistent wins, but they have some scoring now that Arizona State needed. They need the scoring pop of Desmond, and then the jack of all trades of Devin with his energy, toughness, rebounding. They have a lot of boxes checked, Arizona State, now, in terms of winning formula.
Hawkins, hammer. Pepper feeling it at Pauley. Got loose on the baseline inbounds.
Probably his easiest look of the day.
Bona spinning baseline. Wise to rack him up by this.
We're getting some different and big. It's not where it needs to be, but there's more people coming to these UCLA games now.
Here's a bit of Campbell chopping at the Aggies, and a three-point opportunity.
It was just a straight up, we're coming to play you on the road. And so when you can win games like that, obviously UCLA, no doubt an NCAA tournament team, but if we're talking about a 1 seed or a 2 seed, something like that, I think a lot of people in that, they took the challenge and went to a ranked Maryland team on the road.
And silenced a sellout in quick order. 18-10 for Clark to lead the way. 3 hit by Robbie Beasley III.
a really bad one. You know, we see those rolled ankles sometimes. They look really bad. That one didn't look that as bad.
4-minute mark, and now Campbell knocked off his feet. Campbell at the line. Stuck on 15 points. There's Clark adding to his rebound total. 4 minutes to go. UCLA in the driver's seat. McClendon. Rebounded by Pepper. Clark.
What do you know?
A steal. We'll see if
He'll get credit for a steal for that.
If so, he has to take a turnover with it, unfortunately. DeBrule, that's definitely a steal. Campbell rolls it up and in. Singleton, backdoor cut. Kenneth Nuba turned it over. Pepper lost the handle, found Henry, but a block. Kenneth Nuba with the rim protection. Singleton spacing. Singleton hitting. The home roll for David. Defensive end for David Singleton. Will bring himself into the final minute. Now off the bounce. Beasley on the step through. Robbie Beasley the third. And a nice day at Pauley Pavilion. One he can put in the scrapbook.
The student sections is on the officials to get Russell Stong in, who's sitting at the scorer's table.
Andrews. Got it. Dylan Andrews. You know, his raw totals are stunning. 17 assists, only 3 turnovers in his first 140 minutes of college basketball.
Not a bad guy to learn from, Tiger Campbell, every day.
Shot clock turned off. Final seconds for the Aggies. They'll be off to Honolulu next. UCLA travels to Pullman. Manu. Sam Manu with the highlights. And UCLA can dribble it out. They've won their last 16 home games and 8 consecutive on the season. For the first time since late in 2016-17, Mick Cronin and the Bruins extending their winning streak back to league play.